Hello everyone. We have completed in managerial economics unit 1. So let's we discuss about the unit 2. Here in unit 2, let's we discuss the demand analysis and forecasting, which is most important unit in this subject. So this unit is completely based on the demand analysis and forecasting. Here demand means the quantity of a product or a service the consumers are willing and able to buy at a given price during a given period of time. Is I'm clear? So what do you mean by demand? Demand means the quantity of a product or a service the consumers are willing and able to buy at a given price during a given period of time. So definition. If you talk about the definition of demand, demand is the desire for a product backed by the ability and willingness to pay for it. Yes or no? So only if product have demand means it's not going to be work out. We should pay for it. Okay, there should be willingness. There should be capability of paying. Okay, then we can call it as a demand. For example, a student wants here a student wants laptop costing 50,000. If a student has money and is willing to buy it, demand. If student only wishes to buy, has no money, there is, we will call it as a no demand. Features of demand. If you talk about the features of demand desired for a product, yes. Second feature is willingness to buy, and third feature is ability to pay, and fourth feature is exist at a particular price, and fifth feature is exist during a specific period. Okay, so this five features is very important. Desire for a product, ability to pay, willingness to buy, exist at a particular price, exist during specific period. So let's we talk about the determinants of demand. Determinants of demand. First determinant is the price of the product. Price. If price and demand is there, so what happen if price is high, demand is become less and profit is going to be less. If the price is less and demand is high, so what happened, price is less, demand will get high. If the price is high, demand will come down. Okay na? So these are the determinants of demand, price of the product. Now price of related goods, substitute goods. Example, tea and coffee. We will call it as a substitute good. For example, demand for tea, cost of tea increased if the cost of tea is 10 rupees and 5 rupees increased, means altogether how much? 15 rupees. And coffee is the level rupees. Okay, 10 rupees and level rupees. So there variance, we can see the variance. So instead of taking tea, everyone switch for coffee. So this is called as a substitute. This we will call it as a substitute. Okay, I hope you people understood what is a substitute. Instead of tea and coffee is a substitute to each other. Okay, if coffee rises, coffee prices rises, tea demand will increase. If tea prices will increase, coffee demand will rises, like that. Pepsi and Coca Cola. If the price of coffee increases, demand of tea increases. Okay, complementary goods. Complementary goods means car and petrol. Example, if we purchase the car, it's just like that, car will go. No, we supposed to fill tank with petrol. Okay, mobile and charger. Do mobile is going to just like that going to we can utilize? Do we can utilize just like that? No, it should need some charging. So charger also required to keep that charging. Okay, if petrol price increases, demand for car may decrease. So complementary goods is nothing but if one good is there, another good is complementary required for it. So we will call it as a complementary good. Okay, so now, consumer taste and preferences, fashion, advertisement, and trends affect demand. Obviously, daily in our daily routine, our taste is going to be changed, right? According to the fashion, advertisement, trends, we will call it as a consumer taste and preferences. Example, demand for smart phone increases with new features. Is I am clear? Now, population. Fifth one is population. More population means higher demand. Future expectation. What is the future expectation? People expect prices to rise in the future. They buy more today. Is that clear? So today's rice bag is 1500 Okay, 20 kgs of rice bag rupees is 1500. So in news, I heard that after this coming 30 to 40 days, there is an increase in rice bag. 150 per rice bag they are going to increase. So 1500 plus 150, how much ma? 1650. There is a scope to increase 1650. Instead of that, now if I having money, so what happen? I will purchase with that money almost all 4 5 bags, 4 to 5 rice bags. So what happen? I can save the money here, right? Do you get my point? Future expectation. Okay, people expect price to rise in future, they buy more today. Okay, advertisement. Good advertising increases product demand. Government policies. So we supposed to pay GSTs. You people already know taxes. In the form of taxes we will pay. Subsidies and import and export policies influence demand. Now let's we talk the elasticity of demand. This is most important question repeated a number of times. Remember, listen. Okay, make a note of this. Elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand measures elasticity of demand measures how much demand due to changes in price, income, or price of related goods. Definition of elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand is degree of responsiveness of demand to changes in its determinants. Types of elasticity of demand. Okay, price elasticity of demand. So types of elasticity of demand, types of price elasticity of demand we are going to discuss. Types of price elasticity of demand. First one is perfectly elastic, second one is perfectly inelastic, third one is relatively elastic and relatively inelastic, unitary elastic. Okay, so these are the types of price elasticity of demand. First one is the price elasticity demand, perfectly inelastic demand, third one relatively elastic demand, fourth one is relatively inelastic demand, and fifth one is the unitary elastic demand. Now if you see, measure changes in due to changes in price. Measure changes in demand due to changes in price. Price elasticity is equal to, this is percentage. This is a change definition. Instead of writing CHNG change, I have mentioned like this. Okay, percentage change in a quantity. Percentage change in quantity. Okay, quantity divided by percentage change in price. Okay, please take screenshot of this. Now let's we discuss income elasticity of demand. Measures change in demand due to change in income. Example, higher income increases demand for luxury goods. Obviously this we will consider in as income elasticity of demand. Now cross elasticity of demand measures the effect of price of one product on the demand for another. Example, tea and coffee. Just now I given substitute goods, right? So basically up to now we have discussed pricing elasticity demand, this is income elasticity demand, and cross elasticity demand. Mostly you will get in price elasticity of demand types of elasticity price demand. Already I have, what you say, explained. Okay, now importance of elasticity, how this elasticity of demand is important. First one, pricing decisions, second one, sales forecasting, third point, tax policy, fourth point, production planning, fifth point, profit maximization. Okay, Now, socio-economic analysis of demand. Socio-economic analysis of demand. It studies how social and economic factors influence consumer demand. So, this is a social factor, this is the economic factor. How both are affected in demand. So, these are the analysis. Social factor, age, education, family size, joint family, small family, neutral family, this all includes here. Lifestyle of a person's, culture of a person's, religion, fashion, habits, these all are the social factors. Is I'm clear? If you talk about socio-economic analysis of demand, social factor, that is age, education, family size, lifestyle, culture, religion, fashion, habits. Now, economic factors, income, price, employment, inflation, interest rates, savings, purchase power. These are the economic factors. Is I'm clear? Now, importance. Importance of this elasticity of demand is that helps understand consumer behavior, improves marketing strategies, assists in demand forecasting, supports product planning. Now, let's we talk about the methods of demand forecasting for established products. Demand forecasting estimates the future demand for products already available in market. So these are the methods of demand forecasting. What is the first method? Survey method, expert opinion market, regression analysis, trend projection method, barometric method. Okay, these are, take screenshot if you want. So method of demand forecasting, customers directly asked in survey method. So they will go to customers and they will ask here customers in survey method. And method of demand forecasting, expert predict future demand based on the experience. Expert opinion market, like I already said, econometrics, managerial economist, he will analyze the data, he will conduct statistics, he do research, he will have data. So that will the example for this. Trend projection uses past sales data to estimate future demand. Means old records, old reports they will take and they will see, they will analyze. Okay. Barometric method uses in economic indicators such as GDP, gross development product, inflation, and employment. Regression analysis is nothing but uses statistical techniques to estimate future demand. Uses statistical estimate to future demand. Now, advantages. What are these advantages? Better production planning, inventory control, pricing decisions, profit planning. I'm repeating once again. What is the advantages? Better production planning, inventory control, and pricing decisions. Okay, take screenshot of this and prepare notes. Nicely, you prepare parama just like that I given here. Flowchart. You people mention, for example, if you are writing survey method, gather some information, 5 to 6 lines, right? Second one, trend projection method you are writing, gather few lines about the trend projection method, right? So like this you have to mention. Okay, don't use shortcut like me. Now, forecasting demand for new products. Demand forecasting for new products estimates future demand before the product is launched. Methods: market survey, test marketing, Delphi method, analogy method, market experiment method. Is I'm clear? Forecasting demand for new products with the help of what? Market survey, test marketing, Delphi method, analogy method, market method. Okay. So market survey means customers are asked whether they would buy the new product. Whether they buy the new product. Test marketing. This product is introduced in small market before launching national wide. Delphi method. Experts provide opinions anonymously until a common forecast is reached. Analogy method. Demand is estimated based on similar existing products. Market experiment method. Different prices or promotion are tested in selected market. Is I am clear? So importance. If you talk about the importance, reduces business risks, improves production planning, helps in pricing decision, supports marketing strategy, increases chance of product success. Okay, so forecasting demand for new products and methods also we have discussed. And now important long questions in unit 2. Explain the concept of demand and its determinants. Explain the types and importance of elasticity of demand. Discuss socio-economic analysis of demand. What are the socio-economic analysis? Social means age, religion, culture, this all, right? Economic factor means what, ma? You know, income level, okay, standard of the person, employment, inflation, interest rates, this all. Now, explain the methods of demand forecasting for established product. Tell me what we have discussed, like market survey, okay, test marketing, Delphi method, this all. Okay, describe the methods forecasting demand for new methods. Explain demand forecasting and its importance in business. Now, short answers. Short questions. SQ means short questions. Define demand. What are the determinants of demand? Define elasticity of demand. Explain price elasticity of demand. What is income elasticity of demand? What is cross elasticity of demand? Define demand forecasting. What is test marketing? Explain the survey methods of demand forecasting. What is Delphi method? Explain socio-economic analysis of demand. Okay, guys, so try to write very neatly, okay, and take screenshots of my notes, take questions, note down it, and frame a good structured answer, okay, in your own way. Don't copy others, okay. Try to segregate the information by yourself, okay, by you only. Don't just copy paste others. If you work on preparing by your own notes, what happened, directly or indirectly, you are practicing it so you can perform well in exams. Okay, that is the main intention why I am telling you write by your own. Okay, so please take screenshot and write the questions. Unit 1 and unit 2 also we have completed. So listen once, listen twice, third time you will understand complete concepts and start writing the question and answers and reading. Okay, thank you so much. Wish you the all the best.